a TV One original movie.
I see things, and then they actually happen.
Her vision.
Our daughter has just been kidnapped.
Became their nightmare.
It's not gonna stop till I go and I find her.
But trying to help.
They are just gonna get suspicious of you.
Could cost her everything. Tatyana Ali.
You're never gonna get away with this.
Sharif Atkins.
Get out of my house!
Second Sight. Saturday, April 23rd at 8 on TV One.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. Good afternoon. Well, first off, I want to say I'm a little embarrassed because everyone's saying such nice things. but that's really not the first thing I want to say. First thing is it's wonderful to be working with TV One again. We haven't worked together since Love That Girl, and to be entrusted with something so different, so dramatic, and really emotional and intense, I feel really blessed for that. And so to Cathy, Hughes and Susan Banks and Juba and everybody at TV One, thank you, because it really is trusting. I take it as that you trusted me with Clara. I'm excited for people to see the film. The response so far, just from people seeing the trailer, has been really great on social media. And Clara, even though she has this supernatural power, this supernatural ability, the key ingredient for me was how that her fight to trust her powers and to trust what she knows. That story any person can relate to it, especially any woman. And so that was for me, that was the most interesting part of the story, is how do we learn to trust ourselves when everything else around us is telling us that we're crazy. And I loved every minute of doing it. We had the best shoot ever. Michael, our director, our entire cast, Texas Battle, one of our co-stars who I worked closely with, who, not just because of his stature, but because of his just emotional and just spirit, his depth, I felt totally held by him every time we worked together. I'm excited for everyone to see it, just like Sharif is. And I know they'll enjoy it.
Hey, yo, Mike, check 1 2 1 2. It's definitely going down in a major way. This is your man, Tony XP Ivory. Now, we're here with Miss Tatyana Ali on the line. Now, I got to ask you a quick question. Do you find yourself trying different techniques for this movie, being that you come from such a comedic role when you're dealing with sitcoms such as Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
It's funny. I know I'm known for comedy, but when I was a little girl starting out in New York, I started in theater, and all of the work that I did before Fresh Prince was actually dramatic, and I've done a lot of dramatic work since then, independent film, short film, more experimental stuff that has been dramatic, and I would not choose between the two, even if you forced me. I love them both. I think they're two sides of the same coin. And I think for either to be good, for a comedy to be funny, or for a drama to transmit feeling, you have to be truthful to the character that you're creating. And so I don't really go about it differently. I go about it in the same way. I ask the same questions. Who this person is, why they're doing what they're doing, what do I love about them? I do go about it the same way. There is a different, certainly when you're telling a story about a child being missing, there's a level of intensity that you just have to carry with you the whole time that is different from doing a comedy. You can't run away from the fact that there's a baby gone. And, we couldn't run away from that at any point while we were filming. So that's probably the biggest difference, the tonal kind of difference.
Now, when you were first given this script, what kind of mind frame did this script put you in, and how did it affect you mentally, knowing that you're going to play such a serious role?
I thought, where did it take me mentally? Actually, I thought Clara was so interesting, and just kind of the places that she has to go, or the places that I would have to go as an actor to play her. First, it took me to fear. No, I'm kidding. No, but honestly, it's like, oh my gosh, can I do this? Could I do this? How would I do this if I did it? And that's, to me, that's always, it seems scary, like it should be a deterrent, but that's always the exciting part. Like, wow, this is something I've never done before, and I get to explore something brand new, kind of like a little, very personal adventure, and that is, yes, that's how I felt about it. But then knowing who the cast was also was really great, because then you know that you can really go there. And I was actually just thinking while Sharif was talking, there's one scene in the film with Sharif, Denise, Edwina, and I. Oh my gosh. I mean, we kind of knew it when we were rehearsing together upstairs. We were in a house filming, kind of knew okay, this is cool. But when we really got in the space, the four of us, it felt like what I think, why we all do this for a living and as our passion, it's that energy and that depth that you knew that you could really go there, and then you were on stage with a group of people who could bring it right back and give you more. It was awesome.
All the people at WRUG Media would like to congratulate you on your new pregnancy and your new engagement. So I have a question for you. With you being pregnant, how is it doing press runs and acting when you're having to go from city to city, traveling, doing media runs, radio interviews, TV press?
Oh, how is it that, I can go 100 miles a minute, traveling here and there, hop on this plane, get another plane, up at 4 a.m, go all day. I've learned that I have to kind of slow it down just a little bit. I have to schedule naps in, maybe, and walk with food. Right. Because God forbid I get hungry. But no, it's that's really just what it's been. It's just been more scheduling stuff. I'm actually, it's actually fun to be able to promote something that I'm so proud of and that we work so hard on during this time. Because what happens, as an actor, it's I can't really work as an actor right now. Right. Unless it was for a day and the character was pregnant. So it's an interesting time it's an interesting time, and I've been working since I was 4 years old, pretty much straight. So it's kind of interesting to be like, okay, I have to calm down? What does that mean? So I'm very blessed, actually. I feel really lucky that we have this promotional stuff to do for the premiere on Saturday. Because it's fun. It's what I love.
Now, we've been following you ever since Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and every time we see you on TV, it seems like you're still the same. Like you just have the fountain of youth. Like you never seem to get older. If you would, just kind of tell the fans some of the secrets on how you keep such a young look.
Oh, let's see. What are my secrets? Well, my parents are from the Caribbean. My mom is from Panama, and she always said not to do too much. Not too many facials, not too many, to keep everything really clean. So honestly, there's no better thing in the world than water and sleep. It sounds crazy, but water, sleep, and I'm a meditator, and it's funny, you think it's kind of like a vanity thing talking about how you look or how you appear to people, but I started meditating, now it's like 4 years ago. And since that time, people actually around me, and very close friends, they said that I look like I've gotten younger. And I think it's like my stress levels have totally changed.
Now, once Fresh Prince of Bel-Air ended, did you think you had any typecast problems with getting other movie roles? And if so, how did you overcome that? Even getting to the point of working on such a great film such as this.
Sure I did. Yeah. I think it's very different now. I think actors are in a really amazing position in so many ways. I mean, when I was, in the 90s, if you were a television actor, you couldn't do film, and if you were a film actor, you really couldn't do television. It was a big leap. Some people are able to do it, but it was a huge leap. Now that those lines don't exist anymore. The same with comedy and drama. Television, people who are on series for years go directly into a next series. When I was doing Fresh Prince, that wasn't really the case. Like, you do a series for many years, and then you kind of get typecast as that character. So I did go through that, but I love acting. So, whether I was being hired on a network show or doing theater, on Melrose, or a touring play, or voiceover work, that was fine. Like, I've been very fulfilled by that. And honestly, networks like TV One were really the first. TV One was actually the first network that gave me a real chance at doing episodic again after Fresh Prince. They really believed in me, not just with the sitcom Love That Girl, but even before that, TV One Access. And yeah, so I'm very grateful for that. But I don't know. For me, I did experience that, but I also think it's like a last man standing thing. I hope to be, God willing, doing this when I'm Marla Gibbs' age. Okay. And, they can, no, seriously, and be hired for a scene, or, work when I kind of want to, or I just love it. I love it. It's in my blood.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
And there you guys have it. Yo, this is your man, Tony XP Ivory. One thing I want to do in this interview is I definitely want to give a shout out to the people over at TV One. One thing I really love what TV One is doing is something that's dear to me, with this movie, Second Sight, and I was just on set for another movie that they're shooting, is that they're really taking an active role of showing fathers being more involved, where a lot of other situations tend to show the father as absent, not really there. So I really want to commend Miss Hughes, Miss Susan Banks for this movie, and Bobcat Films for what they're doing with TV One, kind of really showing African American males in a positive light. Now, they may have some issues, but they're showing how they're able to graduate into becoming a better man. And I just really thank TV One for having the galls, or just having the foresight to really take that leap of faith and showing that programming when we're really at a time where we're really catering TV more towards women. I really appreciate them for taking a stand and say that, we're going to support our own brothers, and we're going to uplift our brothers. So for that, I really thank TV One, and I hope y'all have much success on anything that you guys do. This is your man, Tony XP Ivory. Y'all stay tuned for this movie. It comes on this Saturday. The name of the movie is called Second Light. It premieres Saturday, April 23rd at 8 p.m. That's Eastern Time. Of course, it's 7 p.m. if you're Central Standard Time. Y'all make sure y'all get with y'all family, sit around the TV. This is going to be a good one. Again, I want to thank Miss Tatyana Ali for a wonderful interview. Peace.